Alright. What did you think?
So, just saw Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. And it's been a few days since it's been out, and, like, people on social media and stuff have said things about it. And I've seen a lot of mixed stuff. I've been a fan of Star Wars since I was 3. That is one of the movies I remember watching when I was really, really young. And
See the hand fidgeting over there?
I've heard so many people say that they didn't like this movie, that some people are trying to get it pulled from the canonity of Star Wars. I'll tell you right now, it wasn't as terrible as I thought it would be.
Oh?
But Erynn will testify. She's behind the camera right now. She thought it would be rage. That would be welling up inside me right now. It's not rage. It's emptiness. It's worse than rage. It's sure emptiness. So much in this movie did not matter. Half of this movie did not matter. Like, the whole thing was like, oh, we gotta go get a code breaker on a casino planet. Okay, so, spoilers. There's gonna be a thing at the beginning. Spoilers! I ain't holding anything back, okay? We gotta go to the casino planet. It's like, we didn't really need all the stuff that was there. It was like, oh, the people here are being oppressed, and these people got rich by selling weapons to the First Order. It's like, we didn't need that. Nobody cares. I didn't care. And the new character, Rose, I didn't care. I did not care for this character at all. There's popcorn stuck in my teeth, but anyway, I just feel empty.
Sorry, the camera's going a little wonky for a second because I backed up.
I almost feel cheated. I almost feel cheated with this movie. Because, like, the previous movie, we got Luke at the very, very end. Luke freaking Skywalker. Second poster boy to Star Wars behind Darth Vader. And in this one, he's in it a lot, and I love it that he was in it so much. Mark Hamill did an amazing job.
As always. With everything.
But there was, like, at least to me, there was no... It was like, it wasn't a proper send-off to Luke Skywalker. He was just... It's like he didn't... he kind of went out like Obi-Wan Kenobi. He kind of did. But it's like there was no fanfare. There was no nothing. And it felt like we were robbed from what... like, we never saw really what Luke was capable of physically. Because he was busy manifesting himself across a galaxy to be a distraction. And I know, like, his power in the Force must be so great for him to do that. I understand the Force. I understand Jedi. I understand all that crap. But this was not the proper send-off for Luke freaking Skywalker.
Also, if you guys notice the camera bouncing a lot, it's not because my hand is unsteady. He's shaking the car.
And like, with everything else going on, like, there was literally, like, 7 different freaking plots going on at once. It got to the point where I was like... I stopped keeping track, and I just started to not care.
Oh, that's really bad.
I was like, I only care about what's going on with Luke. That's the only thing I care about, because there was, like, 13 other things going on. And, like, okay, so the casino planet was completely worthless.
It had some cute critters.
It had some cute critters, but it's like, oh, buy our toys! Fucking buy our toys!
No, actually, I've not seen any toys for the fox. I work at a toy store. I've not seen any for the foxes or those little, like, tall buck looking things. All I've seen is that Pirogue, something like that.
Hog or what?
The penguin thingy.
The penguin puffin thing.
Those were kind of cute, though.
And like,
at least they didn't overplay those like we thought they would.
No, I mean, I kind of forgot about them at one point in the movie, so... But then they brought them back, so it was terrible. But... and then, with like, the plot point with the... Okay, the whole point... It's like, this movie started out, and with the opening text crawl, it pretty much sums it up that... It's pretty much The Empire Strikes Back. That's what it is. Rebels are discovered. Rebels have to escape their base. A rebel ship is constantly pursued by the big bad guys. While
Wait, real quick. Since you're saying it's like The Empire Strikes Back, Force Awakens was like A New Hope. This one's like Empire Strikes Back. So the third could be
like
Return of the Jedi.
Which, it's like, I understand what they're going with.
Since technically, spoiler alert, they're returning.
J.J. Abrams, he was, like, he wanted, like, a lot of people give him a bad rap for, like, he just pretty much made A New Hope again. And to be honest, I was okay with that. Because he had to, like, redeem people's faith in Star Wars movies because the prequels have, were kind of negatively received. So he had to give people hope that, hey, Star Wars movies can still be made. They can still
A New Hope.
But you did not have to make The Empire Strikes Back again. We already have The Empire Strikes Back. It is the best Star Wars movie. And what they did here, they just made a crappier version. Like what I was saying before. Okay, Rebel base is discovered. Rebels have to escape. A rebel ship is constantly pursued by the evil Empire's starships. Meanwhile, our Jedi prodigy goes off to find an ancient master in the Force and learn the ways of the Jedi.
Holy crap.
The master is reluctant to train said Jedi prodigy. Jedi prodigy leaves the tutelage of the master, sort of because they need to go help their friends. And when they get there, turns out it's a trap. There's a big plot twist that nobody really saw coming, which leads to the Jedi prodigy having to escape the Dark Lord, the bad guy. And it's essentially The Empire Strikes Back again.
I really hope this is recording.
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay.
It's just The Empire Strikes Back again. And that, as much as I love that movie, like I said, that's my favorite Star Wars movie, that's not what I wanted. That's not what any of us wanted. We wanted a new Star Wars movie. Why do you have to rehash? And I got this theme that was going on. Kylo Ren, he kept saying, like, let go of the past. You just, let go. Look to the future. Let go of the Sith. Let go of the Jedi. Let go of the Rebels. Let go of all this. And it's like, that's what? Almost what the corporations, Disney or Lucasfilm now, or the filmmakers now, are like trying to do. They're trying to tell the audience, hey, all that old stuff, all that old Star Wars stuff, let it go, because it's dead. It doesn't matter. Guess what? It fucking matters! It fucking matters! And Ray is the almost like the hardcore Star Wars fan that's like, no, it matters, because it's good. It's good! But it's... And then, okay. So, there's just a lot of things in this movie that I did not like. Like, again, they're introducing new characters. I didn't care. I didn't care about them at all. Rose, the engineer, resistance fighter girl. I didn't care. I honestly didn't care. Finn was with her. I care about Finn. Finn is cool. The thing is, these new characters, they have to instantly get you. Because we still have the old characters to latch onto. So if they don't instantly get you, we're not going to care. I'm not going to care. Rose, I didn't care. At the end of the movie where it's like, oh, she's almost dead. It's like, I didn't care. I was like, oh, okay. You know, she saved Finn. But that's it. I was ready for Finn to die, okay? Finn was doing a thing where he was going to sacrifice himself for everyone, but no. Because it's like...
Pretty much.
They had to learn a lesson about...
No, pretty much what saved Finn is... The boner is strong with Rose for Finn.
Yeah, the power boner is stronger. And then there's this other character who, like, took control of the rebels.
I don't even remember her name. It starts with an H. Admiral Hogan
Vice
or something?
Admiral Hogan.
Hulk Hogan?
Flaggard, I don't care.
Her name's Hulk Hogan.
And it was like, the whole time, she was just doing this thing, and the audience was led to believe that, like, oh, she's just, you know, being an idiot. And it's like, you know, while Poe, he was trying to be progressive, that, like, we need to, you know, do something because we're just running from the First Order, biding time. But it's like, and then it's like, one by one, their ships started to be destroyed, and I was just like, this is just stupid. Why is she doing this? At least jump or turn around and fight, go out in a blaze of glory, do something. Don't just run, and then it's like, oh, well, you see, it was all part of this plan to get toward this planet that had an old Rebel Alliance base on it. It's like, why couldn't she just tell them that we're biding time to get to an old Rebel base? Why couldn't she say that? No, we need to leave the audience in the dark. We need to leave Poe in the dark. So he tries to pull a mutiny. And it's like, he's trying to do the right thing, but what he's doing is really bad. And it just felt like they made Poe out to be this hot-headed idiot when he was really the only one who was progressively trying to do something. You're fighters. And I know it's like, well, earlier in the movie, he, like, you know, he got a whole bunch of people killed and it's all this stuff, but... And to be honest, I do agree that, like, his plan at the beginning of the movie was kind of bad, you know.
Basically, Leia told him to retreat, and he didn't retreat. He made everybody else go in, and a lot of people died.
Yeah, and a lot of people died. And it's like...
Including Rose's sister.
It's like, I see, like, okay, what they did was good. They still took out a ship, but still, it's like, think of the long term. They kind of maybe needed those ships. Mm-hmm. And, okay, those ships, those bomber ships... I was like,
face-palmed.
Okay, cool design, nice things. Where's the fucking Y-Wings? You know, the old bombers. It's like, why couldn't you just make a newer version of a fucking Y-Wing? You made a newer version of an A-Wing and a freaking X-Wing. Why not Y-Wing? What do you got against Y-Wings? It just...
Why aren't they in the movie?
God damn it, puns. Okay, so, anyway, that Vice Admiral Hulk Hogan chick, I didn't care about her at all. And I thought that she was an idiot for what she was doing because she didn't explain what she was doing.
So it was kind of cool with her, like, speeding through the ship.
Yeah, it was kind of cool with her, like, sacrificing herself, but you know what would have been cooler? And I know it was a tragedy that the guy who provided the voice for Admiral Akbar, he died during the production of this movie. And it's like, he's just kind of killed. Just, and then it's like, later on, she's like, oh yes, Admiral Akbar is dead. It's like, why couldn't he have also survived the attack on the bridge, and he taken over, and then he's kind of doing this thing, and so we're kind of like, oh, he's just stuck in his ways, he's just, you know, or maybe we could have been like, well, maybe he has, like, a strategy going on in his head, maybe he's just holding out, and then it's like, Poe being the hothead, we're kind of just like, I don't know about Poe,
Why can't we have just gotten, like, I get his, his voiceover actor died, but that's what voice actors do. Like, you bring in new ones that can imitate the voice.
Yeah, and then it's like, because, you know, Admiral Akbar, he's such a beloved character from, you know, Return of the Jedi.
Like a bitch.
And the Legacy Saga. No, he pretty much died like a bitch. He died like a bitch. The bridge was blown up. Leia survives because of Force magic, but everyone else, Admiral Akbar, the Resistance High Command, is all dead. And it's just like... we didn't even see his death. It was just like,
yeah, I didn't even see him in the bridge. I didn't even know he was there until they were like.
He was showing for like 5 minutes, and then it's just like, oh, he's dead.
Like, I knew he was there, but I didn't see him in the bridge when it, like, got bombed.
So, anyway, it's like, why not keep him alive, have him do this thing? That way he's a beloved character, so it's like, we want to believe in him. We want to do this, but maybe he's not, thinking right, because, Leia's in a coma and everyone else is dead. He doesn't really have a plan. And then, when, it comes to the time to make the noble sacrifice, we actually care. It's like, we're like, no, Akbar, don't do this. But it's like, another part of us is like, oh, dude, he just did the noble sacrifice thing. That would be an awesome send-off to freaking Admiral Akbar. But no, instead he dies like a bitch, and we give his job to this other chick nobody cares about. I didn't care. Okay, so...
Also, can I just add something I just realized while you were ranting?
Yeah?
So, Han is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Luke is dead.
Yeah.
But the actress for Leia is the only one that's actually dead out of the three.
Yeah.
How's that gonna work?
Oh, they'll come up with something.
Digital, like they did in
I don't know.
One?
Maybe it'll just be like she passed away from sorrow. Like, Leia, don't follow in the footsteps of your fucking mom. Don't die because you're sad. It's fucking stupid. Okay.
Like, Carrie Fisher's awesome.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. But it's like, I don't understand why. Like, Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill are still alive, so why kill off the two people that can still... Like, Han I can understand.
Yeah.
But, like, Luke...
It's like, why couldn't
That's
you
not
just...
the L name I was expecting to die in this movie.
Yeah, it's like, why couldn't you just change the script a little bit?
Like, that's what I thought would happen. Like,
Yeah.
that somehow she die or something like that. And I don't want Leia to die. Nobody wants Leia to die, but it's like...
Leia to die.
But at the same time, you can't replace Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
She is Leia.
Exactly. And then,
That made me mad.
Jeez, what?
So does it make you even more mad after knowing that there was that top 3 list of female characters?
Yes! Okay.
Last Jedi?
Also, that reminds me. Okay, Captain Phasma. They brought Captain Phasma back in, and I was like, okay, she's gonna have a more progressive role in this movie. She's gonna be doing stuff. No. She pretty much has the same exact role she did in The Force Awakens. She's there for 5 minutes, and then she dies. She fell into space. It's like, maybe she'll come back, but essentially she just dies. Like, she was brought into this movie to die. That's what I feel was so many with these other characters. They were brought in to die. They were brought in to die. They were brought in to fill a quota. And it's just...
What made me... Because I read spoilers earlier. That's why we decided to come see it. Because we were actually going to come see it, like, later on Christmas. But it's like...
I couldn't wait.
We couldn't wait, no. What made me mad is just, like... I just don't like that they killed Luke. Like, I just don't like the way they killed Luke.
Yeah. Pretty much... everything about Luke in this movie was awesome, except that last part. Because it's like, why couldn't he have stuck around a little bit longer? I understand what they're going for. That, like, oh, he'll always be with Rey because he'll be a Force ghost. But it's like, he never got his chance to truly shine. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, he does the whole thing at the end with his Force illusion. But besides that, it's like, there's really nothing.
Oh, we also got a cameo from Yoda.
Yeah, Yoda was there. I like the Yoda bit. The Yoda bit was good. But,
So just mirrored the CGI on him, just, like, not good.
Well, it's because he was a puppet again.
Really?
Yeah, he was a puppet again. I was totally alright with him being a puppet again.
That just looked off to me.
It's probably because, maybe
it was the fact that you just made him look ghosty or something.
Yeah, it was a little bit kind of but I like the concept of making him a puppet again. But, okay. So, like Empire Strikes Back, there's a big twist. Empire Strikes Back, Vader was Luke's father. In this one, Kylo Ren kills Snoke.
That's why
I was so fucking pissed. Because literally, he's built up to be this big bad, and he has this amazing command of the Force, and then he goes out like a total bitch. It's like, dude, How could you not see that coming? It was so stupid how they killed off Snoke.
Basically, what happens with Snoke is he takes Luke's lightsaber, has it by him, tells Kylo Ren to kill Rey, and instead he uses his Force voodoo magic to turn the lightsaber and then activate it to cut Snoke in half.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Well, we already said there's going to be spoilers,
still.
and there's going to be a thing at the beginning that says spoilers. But he went out like a total bitch.
That's why I was giggling the entire time when I read the spoilers, and you're like, I really want to see Snoke. He seems interesting. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah! And it's like he was built up to be such this big, grand thing. This entity of the dark side of the Force. And we still know nothing about him. That's the most thing, is that he died without us knowing anything about him.
And we probably won't know anything
won't know anything about him.
Unless we get like a book or something.
He was just that guy. You know, that guy. And once again, he was brought into this movie just to fucking die. And it's just... It was... Again, it's like, I know I'm screaming, I know I'm ranting, but...
He's activated his semblance.
It's not true rage. It's emptiness. I feel empty. I feel cheated. We got a less good rehash of Empire Strikes Back, and with a bunch of characters I didn't care about, and like...
And pretty much we lose the one character, one of the two characters we do care about.
Yeah. And we know Leia isn't going to be in any future movies because Carrie Fisher is dead. May she rest in peace. But now Luke is gone, and it's like, oh, well, the Jedi will live on in Rey. I don't care!
But did you notice at the end, though, at the end scene with the kids, he pulls the broom to him.
Oh, yeah. It's like, that's to show, like, the Force still exists out there. But, to be honest, I think that ending with the kid was real cheap. I was like...
No.
I don't care about these kids. I don't care. Why couldn't they have ended it a minute before?
If we follow the history of Star Wars, it's not going to end well for them.
Just fucking kill the younglings. I don't care. Anakin, we need you to come back. Kill younglings.
They brought sand.
Yeah, they brought sand. Kill the sand.
They're made of sand.
But it's just, it just felt cheated. And it, like, really, it was like, the big thing in the movie was like, oh, the rebels have to run, but they can't jump to light speed because then they'll be out of fuel. So it's just, instead we're just running at cruising speed, keeping out of the Star Destroyer's range. And it was like, it's supposed to be like, oh, peril, because eventually we're going to run out of fuel and they're going to destroy us. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel peril at all.
I didn't either, really.
I was just like, eventually you're gonna run out of fuel and then they're gonna kill you. Do something progressive! Do something! Instead, they were essentially just waiting around to die. And that's why I was like, you know, Poe was actually doing something good. He was being he was trying to do something. He was trying to find a solution. What was Vice Admiral Hulk Hogan doing? Nothing. She was waiting to die. She was waiting to get to the planet, which she told nobody about.
Which, to be honest...
Was she afraid that, like, people would...
The built-up to get to this planet, the payoff was not worth it. They were there, what, an hour maybe in movie time?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, they got to the planet, and then it's like, they're there for 3 seconds, and then they run away. It's like they were like, oh, we're gonna hunker down. We're gonna hold off the First Order while the, you know, reinforcements arrive. But then it's like they're there for 3 seconds, and then they leave. It's like, oh, it's almost like we're trying to build back the whole aspect of the underdog rebels against the evil Empire. It's like, yes, but we already had that. We had that in the original trilogy. It was good. We don't need it again.
Makes me really think not Last Jedi, but the next movie is going to be like Return of the Jedi. That seems to be the pattern.
Essentially, and then it's going to be like, Rey's gonna go fight Kylo Ren. I don't know, kill him or something.
I have a feeling he is gonna get redeemed.
Yeah,
he's gonna get redeemed.
I'll give it this. Kylo Ren was a lot better in this movie.
Yes, he was.
I actually liked his character.
I didn't like him at the end though. He kind of became the whiny temper tantrum kid again. But I mean, Adam Driver does a good job. Not bagging on him at all. He's doing a great job with it. Just don't like the way the character's written. Though in this movie, it was a lot better.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, you know, the thing, you know. It's just like, there's so many questions about Snoke. Like, how did he invade Ben Solo's mind? How did he do all this? You know, how did he turn him to the dark side? And then
not explained.
We're not gonna get those answers. Yeah, and it's like, you had Andy Serkis. You had the amazing Andy Serkis. He's dead now. Bye.
Also, it could just be Kylo Ren lying to Rey, but it's like her parents. I know you don't care.
I almost felt like that was put in there so people would shut up.
Yeah. But the thing is, supposedly in Disney Infinity, I feel like it was a cover because supposedly in Disney Infinity, somebody let a line slip in it from Kylo Ren calling Rey his cousin.
Yeah.
So, but it's like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand how somebody with basically dirtbag parents that sold her for booze is so strong to the level of a Skywalker in the Force.
I mean, the Force works in mysterious ways. It's like whatever. The Force can be strong in anyone.
Well, it's stupid.
So, I know I've been going on for quite a while, and you guys are probably sick to death of me talking, but...
Or laughing your butts off like I've been.
In the end, no, it was not a terrible movie, and it was not as bad as I thought people were chalking it up to be. There were some good parts, there were some good characters, there were some good moments. But...
Bless you.
Sorry. But... It's just... It left me empty inside. It truly did. And that's almost worse than me being mad at the film. Instead, I'm indifferent to the film. It's like I can't acknowledge the film because it's like they built it up to this amazing thing, and maybe it was overhyped too much, and it would never be able to live up to the hype.
Maybe that. But the thing is, that's not always true with movies, because we watched Wonder Woman, which was hyped to hell, and it was amazing.
Yeah, and it was good. So
maybe it's just because it is Star Wars.
Yeah, that's precisely it. It's because it's Star Wars. It's because it's Star Wars. And I think another part of it is, at least for me, is that, okay, Lucasfilm, Disney, heart to heart, this is really the best you could do. This is the best you could do when you actively went and decimated, destroyed over 30 years of expanded universe. You destroyed it. You said it's no longer canon. It does not matter. And then you have the audacity to give us this. It feels like it's a disservice to Star Wars. That's like my final thoughts on this.
Basically, how it seems is like Star Wars fans that agree with you, because I'm sure they're out there, basically plaster your guys' face over Han's body and Kylo Ren stabbing him.
Yeah.
And it being Disney.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. And again, it's like...
be put in the video.
They're trying to tell us all that old stuff. Let it go. Forget about it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't exist. No, we're not going to let it go. You want to know why?
Because you're not Elsa.
We're not going to let it go. Because that's what we grew up with. Those are the books I read. Those are the games I played. Those are the comics I read. They're not going to go away. they never are. And to be honest, that is more of a canon than what they have right now. The Force Awakens was... I enjoyed it. This... It was just mediocre. It wasn't... It didn't feel like a proper Star Wars film. And I know it's probably a little too late for this because I'm kind of wrapping it up, but on the Casino World, they had all these different types of aliens. They were all new. We'd never seen them before. Okay, I'm alright with that. But why couldn't we have some of the alien species that we actually know about, that we're familiar with? Why couldn't we have had at least one or two of those?
To be honest, it seemed like it was a lot more like human-based than alien anyways.
But humans are really widespread throughout the galaxy in Star Wars. But I just feel like they're trying to wash out all the old stuff. It's by... No, it doesn't exist. It's like Disney is trying to tell us it doesn't exist while it's holding the old legacy Star Wars stuff. Its head's down in water trying to drown it. And it's struggling. It's like, no, it doesn't exist. It's dead. Oh, he's right there. It's struggling. No, it's not. It's like, why? Why couldn't you at least give us a little bit? And then it's like with the Resistance, it's like there's some aliens in there that are part of the Resistance. It's like, yeah, but none of them are recognizable aliens. They're all new, which is fine. But why not give us a... Okay, Neon Neb was there. I'll give them that. That was a nice callback to Return of the Jedi. But as I was saying, I'm gonna wrap it up now. I'm sorry. It just felt me empty inside. It left me feeling empty inside. It didn't feel like it was a proper, like, secondary installment of a trilogy. Because essentially now I'm just like, well, where do they really go from here? Really, where can they really go? Snoke is dead. Kylo Ren's now in charge of the First Order, which I found very ironic because he's all like, I want to do away with the Sith. But he kills his master just as a Sith apprentice would. So, and then like the Resistance is now like 50 people, if that.
Yeah, that was another thing in the movie. They sent out a distress call and people received them but didn't respond.
Yeah.
So it's like, at least how they're making it...
Galaxy.
At least how they're making it out to be, it seems like the Resistance isn't gonna grow.
Well, I guess like when they hear like, oh, Snoke's dead, they might be like, oh, what? Oh, maybe we can actually... Yeah, and then it's just like... But I just feel like they just wrote themselves into a corner where there's only going to be like 3 things that they can do. Instead of like, where do they go? It's like, take the ending of this movie compared to the ending of Empire Strikes Back. They're very similar in the case that, yes, there was a lot of loss. A lot of stuff happened. The underdogs are still very much the underdogs, but there's hope. That's in both of these movies. But I feel like there's less in this one. It's more spread out amongst all these people. It's like, oh yes, the Resistance, there's all this hope. And then with those stupid little kids, it's like, look at the hope because they have the rebel symbol ring thing. Which I found really fucking stupid. But in The Empire Strikes Back, it was consolidated. It was just Luke, Leia, C-3PO, and R2-D2 looking out over the galaxy. And it's like, that right there. They're gonna go and find Han and get him back, and they're gonna be awesome together. It's like there was a goal. I don't know. I might just, like... I don't know anymore. This movie left me feeling empty, and... I don't know. I don't know if I can recommend... It's like, it's Star Wars. You've obviously gone and seen it, or you're gonna go see it. You don't care what I say. But I just personally feel cheated. That's it. Have a nice day.